All right. Welcome, welcome. Make sure that we don't get this stupid 2K beats to play. All right, we should be good now. All right, so our season did not end the way we hoped. In the first round, or the first game we had of the SWAC tournament, we lost pretty badly to Prairie View A&M. They kind of beat our butts. We started that game hot too, and then Prairie View just took over, and we couldn't score. I mean, we just could not score. Our highest score was 7 points. McCray shot really well, and then after that, it was pretty much nothing. If we look at the tournament tree, we've got Bethune-Cookman versus Jackson State, and that's the finals for our SWAC conference. Now, let's see. Alabama A&M lost. Yeah, Prairie View lost their next game. Big story in college hoops so far this season. WCC. Gonzaga actually upset by San Francisco. St. Mary's takes down BYU. We also have Santa Clara losing to BYU. And in the finals, #1 St. Mary's, #1 in the nation, beat San Francisco. They are the #1 team in the country in the coaches and media poll. In the mid-major poll, the only thing they're not #1 in the RPI rankings. So we'll see if they can get that #1 overall seed over Arkansas and John Calipari. It's going to be pretty close, I think. If we look at the bracketology, they are the #1 seed in the South region in Houston. So that would be pretty interesting. Have to think that's not where they want to play, but I guess Phoenix would be their best shot otherwise. There's not a great option for them. Definitely think they would be a pretty good team in this region. Their matchup would be Arizona, which makes a lot of sense. And, of course, they'd throw Gonzaga in there. Where are BYU and Santa Clara? Let's see if we can find them. Cat's annoying me already. Are they even in? That's San Francisco? Yeah, San Francisco projected in the tournament. I don't see BYU. Am I just missing them? Dude, go away. BYU, Santa Clara, neither of them listed at all. Wow. Who would have thought San Fran? If we look at the bubble watch, I don't see them here. RPI rankings, they've got to be up here, no? Let's see. Yeah, Brigham Young 62nd in the country. They might miss the tournament. Santa Clara, where are they at? Santa Clara all the way down here at 109. So it looks like it'll be a 3-bid WCC and not the two teams you would have expected. That's kind of crazy. In that case, let's go ahead and sim to Selection Sunday as the representative from the Southwestern Athletic Conference will be and played it. Really? Oh, I simulate for them. Bethune-Cookman will be the representative from the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Wow. Alright, and now we have the selection show. We're going to watch this and see, as it looks like we've been selected to a tournament.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel at the anchor desk with my partner Clark Kellogg, bringing you the 2K Sports NCAA Selection Show. We're all set to show you the seedings and pairings, so get out your bracket sheet.
Here is the selection show. So this is back when you only had one playing game. There were 65 teams, 2 of them vying for that last spot. They didn't have the first 4 games. They only had one game. So it looks like we should expect a #1 overall seed St. Mary's.
March Madness approaches. The Wake Forest Demon Deacon jumped all the way from the number 25 spot to number 18.
They're peaking at just the right time, Greg. This is exactly the way
In Kansas, we can see he's top 6. Gonzaga there at 10th. Houston #3. Interestingly, I don't see Duke in the mix here.
It's time to talk about the topic that has a lot of players.
Bubble Watch looks pretty similar to real life, I would say. Not far off.
These are the 10 teams that aren't worried as much about where they'll be playing as if they'll be playing. Clark, who jumps out at you there? You got that right, and who else might be in the same position?
Marquette impressed me this year, but there were occasions when they seemed to lose focus for a game or two at a time. And those
22-5 American in the Bubble Watch. No way they make it.
Long week for those teams, but the wait's almost over. The NCAA selection committee has finished its meeting, and we're ready to unveil the top 4 seeds in this year's tournament. The St. Mary's Gales are the top overall seed.
St. Mary's #1 overall seed.
They begin the tournament as the dominant team in college basketball. They've been ranked #1 in the media poll for the past 2 weeks. Let's see if they can live up to everyone's expectation. On to the second #1.
That's awesome.
Who will play
Arkansas finishes with the #2 overall seed.
are seeking their second NCAA championship in school history. The Oregon Ducks are our third #1 seed, and they'll play in the Midwest Regional. They're back in the tournament again, and no doubt they'll be feeding off the experience of last year's appearance as they try to get to the Final Four this year. And finally, our fourth #1 seed will play in
Oregon and UCLA. Wow.
UCLA Bruins are in the tournament field as a #1 seed for the third time in the history of their
Make sure this is audible for y'all.
Here's how the brackets shape up based on where the #1 seeds have been assigned. In one national semifinal,
So St. Mary's in the East,
the East region,
which seems kind of crazy that they didn't get the West region, considering they're the #1 overall seed. I don't exactly know how that stuff works, but it would make sense for them to be in the West, wouldn't it?
those games will be played on Saturday, April 5th. Then it'll be on to the national championship game on Monday night, April 7th. Anything shocking to you about those picks?
I don't think I'm alone in my surprise with these picks. Whenever you reach this far down the poll for the top seeds, you're guaranteed to have some second guesses coming your way.
So
Really?
the #1 seeds out of the way, it's finally time to tackle the rest of the brackets. First up, we take a look at the East Regional. The St. Mary's Gales are the top seed, finishing at 34-3. They won both the regular season and conference tournament titles in the West Coast Conference. They will take on the winner of the opening round play-in game between and St. Peter from the Metro Atlantic Conference. And now the #8 seed, the Arizona State
St.
Sun
Peter's, huh?
Devils, come into the tournament
Doug
as the
Eater.
fourth-place team in their conference during the regular season
Arizona
and
State,
finished second
Texas
in their
A&M.
conference tournament. Michigan comes in as the #5
Michigan
seed.
taking on Yale, Tennessee taking on Arkansas State, okay.
California Golden
Cal
Bears
taking on Baylor,
Florida comes
Florida
in
taking on
as
NDSU,
#7 seed.
Nebraska
From the Big
Towson.
Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers were rewarded for their outstanding play. Next up is the
and then
#2
Arizona, Milwaukee, so they didn't sneak Gonzaga into this bracket.
The bracket that brings us this year's Cinderella story. A few of the higher seeds here have had terrific seasons, and I'll be surprised if at least one of them doesn't put together a long run in this tournament. Next up, we'll take a look at the South Regional. The
Arkansas McNeese. Okay, that's a tough pull for Arkansas first round. UConn versus Ohio State. We've got Western Kentucky as a top 5 seed, and they're taking on Ohio. And they'll face either Purdue or Northern Iowa. That's going to be a tough bracket for Western Kentucky to make it out of. North Carolina down there at 6 taking on Auburn, who made it off the bubble. And then Gonzaga versus Cal State Northridge. I think that's a good matchup for them. Iowa takes on American, who did make it. Wow. American in the top as a 10 seed. And then Minnesota versus High Point. Ooh, in real life, High Point probably might have that matchup. Oregon Norfolk, Samford as an 8 seed. Wow. Grand Canyon University versus Wake Forest. Davidson taking on Jacksonville. Davidson is a 4 seed. Mississippi State versus Utah State. St. John's DePaul, Maryland Marquette, and Kansas versus Merrimack.
On the surface, I'd have to say this regional might be the most difficult of the 4. And finally, let's have a look at the West Regional. The UCLA Bruins.
UCLA versus Eastern Illinois, home of Tony Romo. San Fran, Washington. Boise State, Montana. North Carolina State, Middle Tennessee. Texas Tech versus Chattanooga. And then Indiana Bryant. Pitt, Missouri, and Houston Navy. I don't think Duke made it.
Looking into the future a little bit, this bracket looks poised for a titanic matchup. What are your thoughts on our top 16 seeds, Clark?
There are no real off-the-wall picks that jump out at me. These 16 teams are all pretty deserving. Let's give the committee some props this year. Tennessee is a team I wouldn't want to face, even though they're down there as a number 4 seed. I think they've got the potential to be a Cinderella team.
Now, let's see how the conference representation
West Coast got 3 teams, which is as much as the Big 12. Wow. Really? Patriot League gets 2 teams in. Southern SoCon gets 2. Conference USA gets 2.
They topped the non-power conferences with the number of bids they got, and it shows you how far this conference has come. They're becoming dominant at that level.
Yeah, the chess is pretty fun. This guy's going crazy on the sacks back there. So who didn't make it? Clemson, Dayton, Oklahoma, Louisville, and VCU all missed out on the tournament. Kind of shocking on VCU. Okay, so that's the selection show. Who the heck did... If I go to the ACC... Duke finished 21-13. No kidding. Wow. Very shocking year for them. Virginia finished 15-15. Wow. About in the Big 12. Texas, I mean, yeah, wow, that's crazy. I think this is all their, this is now their tournament seeds, right? Yeah, tournament seeds. So 1 seed St. Mary's, 3 seed Gonzaga. Okay. And if we won something, we got acknowledged for something. I don't know what it was. Custom conference. Okay, here we go. Are we in the NIT? No, BYU made the NIT. We didn't make it there. We got St. Peter's versus Bethune-Cookman. Oh, so the playing game was actually between 2 at-large or auto bids. That's interesting. What is this? What conference is this? Custom. Final 4. What am I doing here? Are we in something? I thought I won an award or got acknowledged, but I guess not. Okay, so we'll go ahead and sim to the first round of the tournament. We'll see kind of how this goes. Let's sim through day 1. And we'll see St. Mary's is going to be taking on Bethune-Cookman. So we might have been in that game taking on St. Mary's a second time. That would have been pretty fun. And we'll simulate through day 1. How do I get the NIT? So Kentucky takes down St. Francis. Alabama beats Cornell. Jackson State beats Wisconsin. Who was our representative here? Jackson State? Yeah, Jackson State. So they're going to be taking on Hawaii. That's fun. How do I get to the NCAA, though? Okay, so we've got this first round of games. I don't think they've been played yet. It's a little weird navigating this UI. After day 1, St. Mary's obliterates Bethune-Cookman. That probably would have happened to us as well. Nobody taking on Texas A&M in the round of 32. As let's see any other upsets around the league. Baylor upsets California, but otherwise pretty chalky. Arkansas barely beats McNeese. That was a tough draw for them. We're going to see Western Kentucky versus Northern Iowa, who upset Purdue. And Gonzaga will be playing Auburn, who off the bubble beats North Carolina. And then Stanford takes down Michigan State. Okay. In the Midwest, we're going to have Jacksonville beats Davidson in their first game. And then St. John's, Mississippi State, Kansas, and Maryland. Pretty chalky along that front. UCLA as San Francisco gets blown out by Washington. Boise State will be taking on North Carolina State. Texas Tech beats Chattanooga. And then the biggest upset of the first round, Bryant takes down Indiana. So 14 seed Bryant now in the round of 32. And Missouri beats Pittsburgh to face Houston. So let's go through the next round of games. Friday and Saturday, did that do them all? I don't actually know. No, so we got to go one more day. Alright, Let's take an updated look at the tournament as St. Mary's escapes A&M. They are now in the Sweet 16 for the second time in school history. Michigan takes down Tennessee, so St. Mary's versus Justin Joyner and Michigan. That should be fun. Baylor again continuing their run as they take down Florida. They'll be facing Nebraska, who took down Arizona in the Sweet 16. In the South, Arkansas handles Ohio State. And the dream continues exactly as I thought it would. Northern Iowa takes down Western Kentucky. They're in the Sweet 16. Gonzaga gets blown out by Auburn. So another 11 seed making the Sweet 16. They'll be taking on Iowa, who took down Minnesota. And then in the Midwest Regional, Stanford upsets the first #1 seed to go down. Oregon gets upset by Samford, the Bulldogs. Wake Forest handles Jacksonville. And then Kansas beats Maryland handedly to face Mississippi State. In the West, UCLA escapes Washington by 1 point. They'll face Northern Carolina State, who beat Boise State. And then Tech handles Bryant to face Houston. So Tech-Houston, that's a pretty fun game. Alright, so we are in the Sweet 16 now. And we'll look at the NIT as well. In the NIT, none of the other games have been played yet. And we won't see another tournament game until next Thursday. Watch college hoops tonight? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get an update on the first round.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel here with my partner Clark Kellogg. Just ahead on the special NCAA tournament edition of College Hoops Tonight, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. We'll recap the greatest games from the first week of March Madness, as well as give you a preview of some of the huge matchups coming up in the Sweet 16.
I like how it's not just like, oh, we're doing the College Hoops Tonight show again, but it's literally, it's saying it's the first round of the tournament. Which seems like such a small thing, but, you know, it's the thing they'd mess up a lot. Yeah, they do not care. Desmond Claude is player of the first round of the tournament, but his team got knocked out. I mean, I guess that can happen, but nice move. San Fran cannot keep in front of Desmond Claude. Chris Gerlofson, pretty magical year, much better than real life, but it comes to an end at the hands of the Huskies. Game of the week, Florida against North Dakota State. Okay.
Well, Greg, this game wasn't decided until that final buzzer sounded. A couple of different
I want to see if they have St. Mary's here. #1 overall seed, you got to talk about them, right? Especially barely winning their round of 32 game. Do they have Olivier Roux in the game? And if so, is he 8'1" or 7'9", whatever he is? Can you put a 7'9" guy in the game? You could if you edited the files, probably. I wonder how that'd work. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Oh, that makes me wonder if I should edit the X files and change that. Minnesota beats High Point. That was close. High Point took down Winthrop last night in real life to take #1 in their conference.
They showed great hustle and determination every time a shot went up on either end. That's always an area that can really be an indicator of a team's performance, and the rebounding numbers told the tale in this one.
Now, let's turn our attention to a few of the huge battles upcoming this week in the Sweet 16.
UCLA, North Carolina State.
This will be a fantastic battle. This is shaping up to be a prototypical style versus style matchup. Great scorers on one side of the court, great defenders on the other. This is going to be a real showdown. And how about another huge matchup from the third round? This will be a fantastic battle. This is shaping up to be a prototypical style versus style matchup. Great scorers on one side of the court, great defenders on the other. This is going to be a real showdown.
Boom!
That's our show, everyone.
Okay, that's the show, so no St. Mary's. We're always getting slided. That's just the St. Mary's, way, I suppose. In the NIT second round, Jackson State loses to Hawaii. Kentucky wins against Alabama. And Notre Dame and Louisville make it to the next round, where Louisville beats Notre Dame and awaits the winner of Kentucky. Oh, there's another bracket here. Duke was in this one, okay. So, Yeah, they're the teams in the other side of the bracket. I missed on them, apparently. Okay, calendar. Let's simulate through the NIT. We've got the second round of tournament games. Let's see who makes it through the Sweet 16. St. Mary's 1-point win over Justin Joyner and the Michigan Wolverines. They will face Nebraska for a rematch of last season in the Elite Eight for a chance to make their first ever Final Four. That's incredible. Arkansas escapes Northern Iowa. The dream ends for Northern Iowa as Auburn, the 11 seed, has a chance to make the Final Four. Definitely wouldn't be the first. I think the last one to do that was Loyola Chicago. In the South Regional, or the Midwest Regional, Samford gets blown up by Wake Forest, and Kansas finally gets upset by Mississippi State. So we'll have Wake Forest versus Mississippi State for the Final Four. And in the West, UCLA makes it to the Elite Eight. Oh, UCLA actually made it to the Final Four. I don't know how their game's already been played, as Tech lost to Houston and Houston lost to UCLA. So let's see, can St. Mary's keep the dream alive? St. Mary's obliterates Nebraska. They're in the Final Four. One of 3 1 seeds to make it, as Arkansas ends Auburn's run and Wake Forest drops to Mississippi State. So we have UCLA, St. Mary's, 2 1 seeds for the finals, and Arkansas, having a great year under John Calipari, take on Mississippi State. That's incredible. Let's watch college hoops sports tonight. One more time. Well, I guess we'll watch the championship game. I actually am half tempted to watch the championship game. I don't think I'm going to. If St. Mary's makes it, maybe I will. Maybe I will. That'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't play it, though, because I would definitely lose for whoever I'm playing for. Who's getting Player of the Week? Cameron Boozer. Oh, we're looking at NIT highlights. Come on. 72 points in 2 games is insane, though. This is the NIT. Who cares? He's got the wrong number. 2? Yeah, he's 12. He's not in the Final Four, man. Fix your 2008 game, fellas. Game of the week is UCLA North Carolina State. Okay, even though St. Mary's won by a point, that's not game of the week. Sure. UCLA beat. So they messed up the names. I've noticed this roster messed up some of the names, so they don't always say the name of the team anymore. This is going to be a tough game for St. Mary's. I don't know if they can beat UCLA. It's just that it's the Bruin on your back, as it were. Is Madison Square Garden a host of the NIT in this game? That'd be kind of cool.
Next up was another exceptional tournament contest.
Come on. That's so sad. I wanted to see Paluskas Maluskas throwing down some dunks or something in the Elite Eight.
Arkansas really muscled up down low and was able to convert a lot of easy chances close to the basket.
There needs to be an ability to skip these. You can't skip these individual sections. Kind of sucks. Here we go. Big game preview. Team leader for the Gales is 12 points per game. That's insane. They've really nailed the St. Mary's offense. Although this year, Paulus Mouse is scoring almost 20 points a game. Looks like field goal percentages and points per game go St. Mary's way. Opponents' points per game, though. St. Mary's defense not so stout this year. Okay, that was not exactly a very exciting one, but let's see. I don't think that's the... Yeah, that's not the Final Four. Okay. So we've got the NIT. Let's go ahead and sim through this. And who won the NIT? Duke beats Louisville to win. Oh no, Louisville beats Duke to win the NIT. Okay, good for them. Now for the game everybody cares about. The winner of the Final Four is... Come on, baby. St. Mary's, Arkansas. No way. Let me save real quick, because that's awesome. And we've got to watch that game. I mean, this might be the only chance I ever get in life to see a game like this. No, I didn't want to simulate. Okay, ignore that Arkansas won. Ignore what we just saw. Goodness, could you ever get to go back to the menu? Okay, we're gonna pretend we didn't see that. That's why we saved. Didn't realize that would sim the game. I want to watch the game, not sim the game. We'll just ignore that St. Mary's lost in the finals. Alright, tournament tree. Arkansas, St. Mary's. What? Do I not get to watch? Oh. Ignore that they won the game. It also doesn't count. 1 for 1. So now this is best of 3, right? So we get to see who the true champion is. I think we have to do it this way. Season schedule. I believe I have to go to the team and check it. There we go. Watch game. Here we go. That was brutal. We're gonna get into it though. And wearing white in the national championship game, it's the #1 versus #2 team. You could make an argument for either of them. Very evenly rated. John Calipari makes it back to the national championship. That would be his first time since 2014. Is that right? With the Harrison twins. And where is this being held? I can't tell. Darius Acuff. Oh, that's going to be a tough matchup for Mikey. Not sure Mikey Lewis can handle that. Do I have an ability to change the lineup, the roster, and get the actual starters in? No. Can I do this? No, I also can't change team. So we're just stuck with who's starting. So a bit of a handicap for St. Mary's. They're starting double big. Oh my gosh. Morauskas, Wessels, and McKeever for a huge lineup. Can I change the camera? What do we think here? Baseline, wire, corner, action, slam cam, overhead, bench, bird's eye, coach's view, TV? Probably like TV, right? Yeah, let's try TV. This is Darius Acuff taking it out. Mikey Lewis guarding him. And you know St. Mary's is very staunch when it comes to their defense. Wessels gets a steal to start this game off. Mikey passing it down the floor. And Morauskas drawing the foul, what he does best. Teacher plays games. Hey, welcome. 2K camera is the best. Yeah, I would use 2K if I was playing it. I wanted to get like that TV experience though, so we'll go with TV for this one. But I've been using 2K 2x9 pretty much for 10 years now. Morauskas getting the first free throws of the game. He puts the first one through. We are in the national championship game. That's why we're watching this. This is my only chance in real life to see. I don't have my St. Mary's shirt on. I have UNT. This is my UNT shirt. This is my only chance to see St. Mary's probably make a national championship. So we're going to watch it. Missing the second, but Wessels with the rebound. Can't put the shot through, but we're going to get more free throws. 2 early free throws, or fouls on Brazil. But welcome, yeah. This is 2K8 College Hoops. We did not make the tournament. We are currently Alabama State. As Gideon the Gales in the background there. Wessels missing his free throw. And he puts 2 through. 2-0. 18 seconds of game time have passed. Alright, we've got Josh Dent on... I'm not sure who 21 is. Akoff, definitely the guy you want to watch for here. How can Mikey handle him? I mean, Mikey's not a very staunch defender. And that's going to be Akoff missing his first shot. Paulus brings it down. And here comes Mikey Lewis in the Gales. Pushing the tempo down the court. Getting it into the post. Wessels gets doubled. Passes out of it. Open shot for Moralskis. Can't knock it down. That sounds about right. That's DJ Wagner, actually. I forget DJ Wagner plays for Arkansas. Also, he's not very good. You want a PS3, 360, or emulator? This is RPCS3, so emulating on PC. I do own the game. I think I paid like 50 bucks for it way back in the day. But I don't think my PS3 even works anymore. I haven't gotten that thing out in ages, so we're emulating. I did have the... whatever the special... Oh, nice shot, as Pringle will assist Wagner's shot. I had the 2K mod, the whatever it's called, modernization mod or whatever. I wasn't super happy with it though, so I backed out of it. How do you get the updated rosters? There is a player I use, College Hoops. Let me get the link in chat for that. And Arkansas takes the lead. Yeah, it's this Rut guy here. Let me put this in chat. This is 3 months ago. That should have popped on Twitch, right? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's the guy I use for rosters. It's pretty accurate, actually, down to the hometowns of these players. Like, even St. Mary's, who I didn't think would have a lot of accurate rosters. Now, the ratings probably, arguably, could be changed, but, like, I'm looking at the faces they use for the team, and Josh Dent right here, number 5, not the right number, but he looks good. McKeever back there, that looks like McKeever. Wessels looks like Wessels. They're pretty accurate, honestly. Very happy with them. Mikey Lewis even is Afro days. I don't think he has worn an Afro for a while, but I don't disrespect. I like the choice of his face. So 4-4 as St. Mary's has lived at the line so far. Sounds about right. Foul baiting. Now, I know this delays. This was supposed to be an off-season stream. This definitely delays it. Foul on Wessels, but I had to see this, you know. Looks like, I mean, it's a pretty red crowd. I guess St. Mary's fans would also wear red. We've got a deep red from Arkansas and like the more fire engine red from St. Mary's. What would you call it? Crimson for Arkansas? Wessels looks like he might pull the double team. Mikey knocks down the jumper, but unfortunately his foot was inside the arc. Teacher, who's your favorite college basketball team? As I think mine's pretty obvious here, but I'm curious. I think yesterday we had a USC fan in chat, which was unfortunate. USC fan. But it looks like St. Mary's might be able to start gaining a lead and advantage in this game. No pick and rolls for them so far. McKeever does not draw the double team. He's going one-on-one, and with that height, he'll take it up but cannot convert. The bigs for St. Mary's not the best. Clemson fan, okay. So a rough day for you yesterday, unfortunately. I mean, Clemson should still be very, very safe, but unfortunately, a loss to Florida State at home, right? Were you in South Carolina for that game? Lost 4 in a row, not looking. Yeah, I think you're still safe. I think as long as you can win maybe 2 of your next, how many? They have, what, 4 games? Mikey, wide open 3, knocks it down, and it's a 3-point lead for the Gales as they get the crowd going. Yeah, how many games does Clemson have left? I want to say it's 4. Or is it 3? But I think if you win 2 more games, I think you're locked for the tournament. I mean, Clemson has a pretty solid resume. Let's see their team sheet ranks. Yeah, it's 3 games. Especially, like, if you take care of business at home against Georgia Tech, you can't lose that one. That would put you on the bubble pretty hard. And then you take one of Louisville, North Carolina. That'll be enough. Let's see. Team sheet ranks. Sort by average. Clemson. Lower than St. Mary's even. I kind of expected them to be higher. Average rank is 36.7. So pretty high KPI, and WAB is around 37, but 41 for strength of record. Okay. Clemson's solidly on the bubble. I didn't realize that. Most have you as an 8-9 seed. Yeah, so I mean, if you take care of business, I think you'll be in. But definitely can't lose to Georgia Tech at home. That would be a terrible loss. As Arkansas takes the lead off the A-Cup 3. He has 7 of their 11 points. This is not looking good for St. Mary's on stopping his day. Who's 32? Is that Jazz Gardner?
Number 23.
Still running a triple big lineup. This is crazy. 3 for Moralskis, no good, man.
That's his third rebound of the contest.
Moralskis shooting St. Mary's out of this contest. Yeah, let's check the bracket matrix for Clemson. Just kind of curious. Bracket matrix says Clemson currently an 8 seed, in the second 8 seed. So Wagner knocks down the 3. This is not looking good for St. Mary's. Yeah, actually pretty high. And I don't know if that's updated after yesterday. I would assume that's not. That probably drops them down to a 9 seed or the last 8 seed would be my guess.
Thanks, Tracy.
And then the tricky thing is, like, I don't think the committee really looks at the conference tournament. It's updated. We were on the 7 line yesterday. Okay. I'm sure it's only some of the bracket people have probably updated their rankings, though. So it probably will get updated more. I don't know. Maybe they're fast. I'm not really sure about all those. Because there's, like, a ton of people on here. I don't know half of them. Who's typically pretty good?
He knows he can make it.
I wish it had like a metric that showed you the bracket people and how accurate they usually are.
Catches it.
Anyway.
It's blocked. Get it out of there, big
Yeah, unfortunately the ACC tournament typically doesn't really determine a whole lot when it comes to seeding. So I think for the ACC, you better have kind of made your case before the tournament starts. It's definitely like the WCC, obviously to continue with the St. Mary's relevant example. Nice rebound by Dylan Shaw, and he puts it back. The WCC tournament does actually have some impact because it's played so early. Everyone is a bracketologist these days. Oh my gosh, yeah, you can find 70 brackets. Blowing that 25-point lead against BYU yeah, that would have been a really nice game. Was that away? Or that was on neutral? I can't remember. It's been long enough now. Either way, that would have been a quad 1 win that would definitely have you a whole seed line up, probably. That was neutral. Okay. So yeah, definitely a quad 1 win. Quad 1A? I can't remember what the quad 1A, not that it's an official ranking, but BYU today sits at, oh hey, St. Mary's moved up the spot. We're 26. Nice. Clemson at 38. BYU is 20th. So yeah, quad 1A. That would have been a resume building win for sure. Hate the new net rankings. Wish we'd go back to the RPI. I mean, I kind of agree. There are things I liked about the old RPI. There are things I don't like about the old RPI either. I think the net is maybe a little more predictive of how good a team is. And I think what they should say is that they're not using the net to build their seed list. I don't like that the net is listed as an official metric they use. The net is good for building quadrants. Quadrants are a good way to, the net, it's decent. It's not terrible. I think I was ranting about how bad it was on stream. I'm gonna walk it back a little bit. I think it's not great. I think you have better predictive metrics like KimPom, T-Rank. I'm trying to think of the other ones, but, you know, just those two to name a few. It's better than BPI in my opinion. But the net is not meant to be a seed line evaluator. That's what I don't like about it. You should use entirely resume metrics like KPI, WAB, strength of record, which they do. It's just frustrating. So if we look at RPI, for example, let's take a look. So BYU was mentioned. They're 16. St. Mary's 23rd in the RPI, so we would be safely in the tournament if RPI were being used today. Clemson was 38 in net, and they're 40th in RPI. So Clemson would not be getting as much love in the RPI. Who are some other teams? Belmont would be a pretty large, at-large candidate in RPI. VCU, Yale, Miami, Ohio would be 28th in the RPI. So, I mean, there's definitely some merit to it, but I also think the problem with RPI is it's just so generic. It doesn't take anything into account when it comes to the strength of your teams that you've played. It only takes into account winning percentage. I think it should be used as a metric still. I just don't think it should be the main metric like it used to be. But I agree, net is very flawed. Net is not the best predictive metric. And that's exactly what it is. Net is a predictive metric that takes into account wins and losses. So it's supposed to be like a hybrid of ooh, McKeever. Touch the net, that's a goaltend. Net is supposed to be like a mix of predictive and resume metric that's used to build a resume metric, which ends up kind of just making it a hodgepodge of stuff. Scoring margin shouldn't be a factor. I can't agree with that fully. I can't agree with that. I think it's too much of a factor. Like, if you beat a bad team by 50, is that much better than beating a bad team by 25? But I do think there's something to be said that if I win a 2-point game against, like, Cincinnati. Let's use Cincinnati yesterday, for example, in Allen Fieldhouse, right? If Cincinnati pulled off a last-second buzzer-beater win by 1 point against Kansas, you look at that and you go, that's a pretty good game. That's also a fairly lucky, variable game. Who knows if they'd be able to repeat that performance? If you use what actually happened, the scoring margin, you look and you go, Cincinnati beat the brakes off Kansas. That is a much more dominant win and should matter a little bit more when it comes to predicting, okay, Cincinnati probably is better than they originally looked because they beat the brakes off Kansas and didn't just escape them. I have seen, yeah, exactly, cap. So scoring margin with a cap, having scoring margin be relevant, but then capping it. Eric Haslam has mentioned something, doing something called, what is it called? Analytical final. So basically, when the game is considered over, you know, you're up by 15 points with 3 minutes left, or you're up by 25 with 5 minutes left. Once the math says this game is over, you take the scoring margin there. So if you're up 10 points with 30 seconds left, or maybe you're up even 6 points with 1 second left, there's no chance of the other team winning. You take the scoring margin there. Now all the scoring after that is garbage time. It reduces the amount of, like, you can't win a game by 70 and that blow your net out of proportions. Like, if you beat a really bad team, the analytical final goes final at 20 points. That's your cap. You stop the scoring margin there. We still think Kansas is 10 times the team of Cincy, regardless of the score. Right. But Cincy is much better than we predicted. If Cincy had pulled off a 1-point win, they would look a lot less impressive than they did taking it to Kansas. And Cincy's been doing that recently. You know, they've been getting good wins, but they've also been winning well. So they're if you look at their month of February, Bart Torvik, you know, metric, they're predicted to be a pretty darn good team, and I think that's reflected in how they've been playing. And if you just looked at their wins, it might not be so reflective of how well they've played. By the way, we're in the second half here. St. Mary's currently not looking like they're going to win this game. I've seen Clemson blow 10-point leads in a minute before. No lead is safe. Yeah, that's true. There is something to say about an analytical final. Can you really say is final? I mean, Texas A&M, Northern Iowa, back in the 2014 tournament, I think it was. Is that 2014? Is that right? I think so. Northern Iowa was up 12 points with, what, 45 seconds left and lost the game. There's no way that wasn't analytically final. Yeah, Cincy keep winning would be really, really helpful for Clemson. It'd be crazy if they made the tournament with the kind of losses they have on their resume too. Cincinnati currently has climbed up to 51. So did y'all play them neutral or at home? I don't remember. Yeah, if it's neutral, yeah, neutral, there you go. 1 point or 1 spot from being a quad 1 game, and that could very well help Clemson make it to the next, you know, seed list, kind of, or seed line. And there's something to be said as well for, if we're talking about scoring margin shouldn't matter, a win is a win. There is also something to be said for, I think, the quadrant system being a little flawed, and that if Cincinnati moves up 1 spot, on paper, Clemson now looks like a better team. They've gotten, instead of a quad 2 win, they've gotten a quad 1 win, but it's 1 spot. In theory, a win over number 51 isn't any different than a win over 50 on a neutral floor. So, what's that camera view? We're not playing right now, Heaven's Angle. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Good to see you on YouTube side. So, I do stream on YouTube, if you're curious. Do have a whole series on there. We're watching the TV broadcast of the National Championship game. St. Mary's, unassisted, made it to the National Championship game. They are currently getting railroaded, though. So welcome. Good to see you. How's your weekend been, Heaven's Angle? Clemson would lose to Kansas by 20. I don't know. I don't know if Clemson would lose to Kansas by 20. It depends on the day. Kansas on a good day could beat Clemson by 20, yes. But Kansas on a bad day? I don't know, man. Let's see. I'm curious to look at Clemson's best wins on the season, because obviously BYU's probably, or would have been one of their best wins. Let's see. Clemson, how do I see their wins? Yeah, their 3 quad 1A losses are at Alabama, neutral BYU, at Duke. They have 4 quad 1 wins, being Georgia neutral, SMU, NC State at home, and away Stanford, away California? No, what are these losses? This doesn't say what their losses are. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Mark Torvik doesn't. Yeah, Georgia, SMU, Miami. Whatever. I can't. It just bolds some of them. I don't really know exactly what that means. Okay. Mikey drills a 3. We're now bound to a 5-point game. St. Mary's scratching back into this game. Yeah, what were you up to yesterday, Heaven's Angle? I didn't see you during the stream. You must have been up to some pretty fun stuff on your Saturday. I like this, though. We're discussing basketball philosophy. I think there's good arguments to be made for getting rid of scoring margin. First of all, you could argue it's unethical play, like trying to run up the score on teams. I tend to personally believe that scoring margin is good because it does mean something, but you can also read too much into scoring margin where it might not mean that much. Moralskis breaking another 3. Wessels with the dunk that gets blocked into the backboard. It's a 3-point game with 6 minutes left. St. Mary's fighting hard in this game and giving up a wide open layup. The run ends there. Kyle Griffin, welcome. 7809. Why is your name 7809? I think I've seen you before. Welcome. This is a weird account. Wessels, tip in by McKeever, the double big, the twin tower lineup. They actually are the 3 towers. The 2 towers plus the 3rd tower, as it's Wessels, McKeever, and Moralskis. We have 3 guys 6'9" or bigger. Welcome, Kyle, though. Good to see you. And we are down to a 1-point game. St. Mary's and Arkansas needs a timeout.
Arkansas has had serious problems with their interior defense. And Tracy has a report from their...
Did I see something about efficiency or points per possession? Efficiency, points per possession is stupid too. I mean, I don't think it's stupid. I think it depends on how you use the data. So it's kind of like... My philosophy is always that all data matters. It's how you weaponize the data that matters, right? So if I'm saying that points per possession is the only thing that matters, First of all, is that just strict points per possession, not accounting for the team? Now, if you're accounting for the team's caliber using points per possession, are we saying that's all that matters? You put teams, because then you're saying, well, this team, based on points per possession, we can predict who would win this matchup, right? That's not taking into account matchups. Maybe one team runs a zone, one team runs man. That's not taking into account positional matchups. Maybe their center is 6'9" and our center is 7'2". So it doesn't take into account anything like that, depth, anything. So it's hard to say that a team would win just based off that. So if you're saying that's all that matters to predict games, not super helpful. If you're placing teams based on that, you're just placing teams based on potential, because you could theoretically lose every single game on the season and you could be number 1 in efficiency. I don't think that's not true. That's probably not accurate. You could win half of your games, right? And if you lose every game by 1 point and you win every game by 50, then you would be the number 1 team in the country efficiency-wise. That's not super helpful, because now I'm just saying, well, potentially this team's the number 1 team, but they haven't proven it. But then you have to have metrics like that to predict your, like, wins above the bubble, strength of record. So you do need efficiency to play into the equation somehow. And it's a 3-point game. St. Mary's 1 shot away from tying this game with 3.5 left. Let's see if they can do it. I gotta lock into this game now. Dent at the rim scores it. It is a 1-point game, 3:20 left. Darius Acuff. What can he do? Into the paint, and it's blocked by Wessels. Rebound, and Mikey down the floor. And he is going to slow it up. Gets it into the paint. It's turned over, but blocked out of bounds. Wagner can't control possession. Oh, man. That was close. This is what we run in threes. Kyle, I don't know if you've seen Heaven's Angle. Mallory and I, we run some 3v3s. St. Mary's can't take the lead, but we run this 3 big lineup. That's what St. Mary's is doing right now. 7'1", 7'3", and 6'9", all on the floor. Darius Acuff taking Arkansas onto his shoulders, trying to put him back up 3 points with 2:50 left. He knocks the first one down. Knocks the second one down. This is not how I thought this stream would go today, but here we are. And St. Mary's needs a timeout. Randy's got to talk it over. It's weird they don't show how many timeouts you have on the score bug. What? Wessels, they turn it over. What is Mikey doing?
That was not a good look. It wasn't about the defensive pressure either. He just fired it off target. Number 2 inbounds the ball.
Why does it say Darius Acuff has 5 bars? I don't think that's accurate. What's he gonna knock it down? Does bars mean your shot caliber, or does bars mean fatigue? Because he has 5 bars everywhere. Does that mean he could shoot it wherever he wants and score? Wide open shot. Brazil misses it.
It's off. They still have a 3-point lead.
This one into the paint. Nice no-look pass. What do you don't need a 3 here. You do not need a 3. Just get it into the paint for a good shot. McKeever puts up a terrible shot. And St. Mary's just can't beat the 3-point deficit here. Darius Acuff into the paint. They double him. Wide open shot. DJ Wagner, he banks it in. The bank is open. 5-point game, and now St. Mary's is pressing. This is for the championship. They're going to take a timeout. Yeah, Heavens, this is... I did not help St. Mary's get here at all. This is entirely of their own. This is maybe the greatest thing to happen in channel history. It'll also be only on channel history. We'll never see this in real life. Wessels cannot convert. He's going to go to the line for 2, though. Got to knock them both down here. One's down. Now, worth noting, the shot clock in 2008 in college was 35 seconds. You had a lot less time to do whatever you wanted to do. Or a lot more time, I mean. Oh, it's in San Antonio, too. I gotta tell you, I would drop $1,000 to go to this game if it was in San Antonio in real life. I would spend my life savings. Aubrey would not have tuition in the future. DJ Wagner putting him up 5. He has been clutch here in the last 2 minutes. Mikey down the floor. Now you start wondering, do you need a 3? No. You might take one, though. Into McKeever. Out to Josh Dent. And he dribbles in. McKeever out Mikey. This goes into the post for Moralskis. In. McKeever. Doubled. Cannot put the shot in. She'll figure something out. Rip AJ. Yeah. Oh, F left egg. Man, we have a full crowd today. Welcome, my left egg, on the Twitch side of things. I forgot to mention Kyle and Heaven's Angle on the YouTube side of things. Team Red. Keever knocks the first one through. I think you still can play straight up if you get this free throw. If you can't, they do. McKeever clutch. Best free throw shooting team in the country. Arkansas needs a timeout. Let me know if the audio sounds good. I turned up the game audio a little bit to be able to hear. That's what loans are for. Exactly. We'd have to take out a loan to go this game. Darius Akoff. He's going to get this one out on the wing. Oh, I should have eaten. Wide open shot for Arkansas at the rim. And now you start pressing for a 3 maybe. Mikey down the court, gets it out. Josh Dent, back out Mikey. You gotta go fast here. Josh Dent, open 3. Can't make it. Can't make it, and it's gonna be over. Arkansas is gonna win. Moralskis is gonna shot him out of this game. I would love that if you don't mind. Thank you, random Twitch viewer, for offering your services. And the foul fest has started. Now you're hoping for 2 missed free throws. Even one's probably not enough. You got to knock down the 3 on the other end. Not looking good for St. Mary's. They still have so many fouls to give. They're not even trying to get steals. Oh my gosh, they're still fouling. Now they're in the bonus. Darius Akoff, this is the guy you want at the line. Calmly knocks the first one down. It's a 6-point game. Akoff, second one. It's down 2. Now you officially are in you need a 3 territory. It's got to be 3. Mikey getting it out. Moralskis bricked them all. Game, he knocks it down. Paulus Moralskis. It's a 4-point game. Mikey, another foul. He might have just fouled out. Fourth personal. Akoff has to miss one of these. Makes the first one. You need him to miss the second one. Akoff is cold-blooded. Now you need another 3 if you're St. Mary's, and you're going to need misses on the other end to get back in this game. Crazier things have happened. Mikey, number 0, the leading scorer, gets it out. Moralskis drills it. It's a 2. His feet were on the line. It's tipped. Mikey gets the ball. Moralskis 3. No. Josh Dent makes it. It's a 2-point game. Oh my gosh. They get it out. Oh, it's stolen. It's stolen. Harry West gets it. Mikey down low. Dunk. 3, 2. It's stolen again. Akoff for the win. It's going to overtime. What a furious comeback. This is truly the greatest thing I've ever had on channel history. Oh my gosh. Wow, the furious rally. Our 7'3" guy can't get the tip off. Come on now. Oh my word. What was that about analytical final? I can't even argue with you. There's no way Arkansas didn't have an analytical final. We're seeing tournament history. St. Mary's with the rebound. Liam Campbell's checked into the game. He pulls up, transition 3, he trains it. Oh my gosh. Take your analytics out. Take your efficiency metrics out. Kimpom, Bart Torvik, net. We're talking true basketball right here. Why did they switch goals again? I don't know. That's funny. That's a good point. It's also interesting, it's a 5-minute overtime, even though it's half the quarter length, or half the half length, so we go 10-minute half lengths. I mean, it would be weird for it to be a 2-minute 30-second, oh, thank you, 2-minute 30-second, overtime. And I will be turning the camera off while I eat a little food, because I'm starving. But we'll watch the rest of this game.
Wessels gets it inside. Number 23. The last shot missed from three-point range. The D wasn't too worried about that one. Gave him room to get it off. Mainly because they prefer the long three over him driving it in. Kemble brings it up the floor. Number 23 goes up, lays it right in. He's got 12.
It is a 5-point lead, by the way, for St. Mary's. Mallory, I know you were in there getting food, which, thank you. I don't know if you missed the ending to that game. It was, or the regulation, it was insane. Furious rally. St. Mary's, Moralskis went hero mode, hit every shot, and then they got 2 steals on the inbounds. They actually, I thought they were just going to keep fouling. They actually pressed and got every shot. Or every steal, and then every shot. And now a 5-point lead in overtime. And DJ Wagner has definitely stepped it up to end this game. He has been incredible. 15 points on the contest. And you have to think here, St. Mary's wants to probably bleed the clock a little bit, take the best shot available, and they instead pass it down the court and get a steal. Arkansas has got the momentum. Acuff, this is the guy you want the ball in the hands of. DJ Wagner getting it down to Nick Pringle. And he gets a pretty good look. 1-point game. You have to think if St. Mary's doesn't manage to win this, it would be the most unfortunate comeback in NCAA history.
High post. Number 23 beats it to the wing. Number 5 catches it right side. Lewis hands it off. Number 23 takes it up, hits the layup after the pump fake.
What a take by Moralskis.
He's shooting 40% for the game.
So I really don't mean to eat on stream. I totally forgot to eat before him. Steal? Can't get it though.
Number 5.
This one's out, and that one's good. It's a 1-point game once again. Acuff really is showing to be the best in this game. Definitely the most talented. But it is team basketball for the Spurs of the West Coast. This one out. Wessels gets it down. Paulus Moralskis. He's doing his little moving triple threat. Can't put it up. And now a chance for Arkansas to retake the lead. It's been an overtime entirely in St. Mary's favor. Let's see where Arkansas goes here. To Pringle out. Wagner for the lead. Can't get it to fall. And now St. Mary's is maybe 1 or 2 shots away from winning this game. You have to think if it comes down to free throws, St. Mary's has the advantage there. Wessels can't get it to fall.
Flipped it up and out. His team really needs him to hit that.
Acuff out. And no shot there. Just kind of expecting him to. Acuff can't convert. And now St. Mary's. You have to think Arkansas would foul here, but they won't. They'll let it play out. So Arkansas is willing to take this down to maybe a 6-second deficit. Double team Wessels. Jump ball. Oh no. Arkansas chance to win the game now. If I'm Arkansas, I have to get downhill, right? Calling for a ball screen. They're going to hold for last shot? No, surely not. Surely not. Guys, if you miss, the game's over. When do they run their action? 11 seconds left. They move around. Acuff for 3. Knocks it through! And now St. Mary's down 2. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. 4. 3. Spin move. Out for the win! It's missed! Arkansas wins the national championship in overtime despite St. Mary's heroics. No, indeed, Left Egg. Wow. Analytically final. Well, Arkansas did win it, so... Oh, man. So close. Yeah, that's crazy. Player of the game goes to Darius Acuff. I like how that's actual text. Like, you can't read any of that. What does that even say? And they'll be celebrating here in San Antonio, as Chuck would say, Charles Barkley, the great one, with the big girls from eating all that Tex-Mex. Teacher Plays Games, thank you for the follow, welcome. If you check out the YouTube side of things, by the way, a lot of series on there, college football. I'm starting a new series this week. I'll put out the trailer for it here in a few days. I think it's going to be one of my most fun projects on my channel, but yeah, we do stream as well. I've been streaming college basketball, obviously, lately. And we're going to get out of that. Can't believe that they lost. Let's check the stats on this one. Team shooting. So Arkansas shot 51%, 50% from 3, and that was really the difference. St. Mary's 44. Excuse me. My goodness. 33%, and then the free throw line also favoring Arkansas. It came down to the turnovers, but honestly, Arkansas won this in every way except for offensive rebounds, 7 for St. Mary's. Game leaders, 14 for Morauskas. He went 6 for 16. 10 and 4 for McKeever. Mikey with 8. And then for Arkansas, Darius Acuff with 22 points and DJ Wagner with a big 15 as well. Wide open for the win too. Yeah, that might be one of the saddest misses in collegiate history. Up there with Gordon Hayward. And that's the season. We're done. Now back to reality, as Darius Acuff is an NCAA champion. Player of the year goes to Yaxel Lindeberg with Michigan. Yep, I mean 19 and 12 and a half. That's pretty good. Mid-major player of the year, Tyon Grant Foster at 20 points per game. Yeah, he's had a solid game year in real life. Coach of the year, John Calipari. And defensive player of the year, also Yaxel Lindeberg. Big man of the year, Yaxel Lindeberg. Freshman of the year goes to Darren Peterson. Did he even play? And then first team All-Americans, Robbie Avila makes it. Wow. Okay. Yaxel, Grant Foster, Desmond Claude, and Josh Hubbard. Second team is Bruce Thornton, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Trey Kaufman-Rin, and Deshaun Jackson. And then the freshman team, we're going to have Darius Acuff, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Flory Badunga is not a freshman, and then Masamba Diop. Okay. Alabama State, we have one graduation. It is Trey Miller, our best player. We have to replace him somehow. Chance Fortunata's job security is over half, so that's pretty good. We finished 16 and 15 on the year. We get 4 points to put in. Let's see. Defense. Recruiting actions? I mean the best way you get players is by recruiting, right? Teaching? Maybe 1 point there. Get up to a B in charisma. And then a C plus in scouting? A C plus in teaching? I don't want to go all into recruiting. That feels kind of ridiculous. I kind of want my defense to go up, though. Maybe discipline? Let's go defense to B minus. Chance Fortunata, you have not been with your current team long enough to get any offers. That's fine. Climb the rungs of your career ladder by obtaining jobs at bigger and better schools. If they are interested in you, that is. Each team has a short list of candidates for their job opening, of which you might be one. Watch the job list change as coaches jump from school to school, leaving new openings in their wake. Okay. That's not Ron Harper at Jacksonville State, right? Surely not. Syracuse, Iona. Alright, we don't get any of those openings. That is a small coach carousel. It looks like Red Autry retired. He's been coaching for 2 years and he retired. Is that Ron Harper? Surely not. Basketball? It says Mo Williams. Mo Williams is the Jackson State? Oh, that's Jackson State. Ray Harper. That's Ray Harper. Okay. Thought that was Roy Harper. Or Ron Harper. Richard Pitino retired, and he will be replaced by a new coach, probably on his staff. Ray McCollum retired, and Minor gets promoted. So now we get a chance to get some new coaches. I want to release these coaches. I'm looking for probably high charisma, right? But there's not going to be a super high one. So maybe just a good balance of charisma and scouting. We've got B-, C-, I see. But we're talking F for offense. That's not very good. It looks like Ruffin might be the most balanced at C, C, C. I mean, that's probably better than D scouting, F defense. I think I want to release this guy, Sanders, and get Ruffin. Kind of just to be the generic guy, and then maybe we release Sanders and go for the best scouting and charisma combo. Let's do that. We're looking scouting and charisma. B and C minus? That's not bad. B minus, C minus? No, let's do B, C minus. That's not bad. No transfers. In or out. We will not export our draft class. So season wrap up. That is it on the year. And now we have to get some new players. Our current recruit targets, by the way, not probably going to land. I'm not even sure we'll land one of them, but let's go ahead and sim to the All-Star game. I will simulate that game. As we can see some of the top players in the country here. It looks like Bates might be a pretty special player. Neil Bates, he is currently committed to Arizona in the East. Top scorer is Valdas Radlovic, the #1 player in the class. He is committed to Tennessee. Okay, and then the highest rebounders, we have Stephen Davis committed to Michigan State. Let's get the off-season recruiting. Is that already started? No. I think I have to sim another day. Here we go. I think we're going to lose some players. Kelsey Walls signed with someone else. Jermaine McKee signed with someone else. Dane Mikalauskas signed with someone else. We lost every single recruit we had. Every single one. Jermaine McKee signs with Samford. Mikalauskas signs with Drake. And Kelsey Walls signs with Florida State. Wow, that was terrible. That was brutal. Now I've got to look for committed all. I think I got to look for all. And I just got to find the best available. Obviously, we're not going to have any 5 or 4 stars available, I don't think. 3 stars? Maybe. Maybe. Nobody has discovered Demon Carlson. With a name like Demon Carlson, we have to add him to the target list. Yeah, let me request this game tape with a B scouter here in Tigert. Well, hang on. Let me just add him to the list. We have another power forward here. Gotta do this real quick. Come on, man. Twitch, you gotta figure out your spam stuff. It's really annoying. Alright, PJ Marks, 6'7". That's not bad. He's got Gonzaga in the hunt, though. Middle Tennessee State. I don't think we're going to be able to get in that battle. 6'6" small forward. That'd be really nice. And nobody's offered him. 6'8" power forward. Wouldn't mind adding both of these guys. 6'5", Baylor currently leading for him. Would love to find a center, but I don't know we're going to find one. 5'6". 5'6". We're going to get Muggsy Bogues on the team. Heck no. Alright, are there any non-committed centers? Freshman. 2. 6'9", 6'7". I'm looking for bigger. I am looking for bigger. 6'7". 6'11". Long Beach State currently leading, but they've not offered, so that could be pretty big. 6'9". 6'10". 6'8", 6'9". Oh, Colgate's gonna get a 7'2" guy. That's who I wanted. 6'11" in Zaki Kruger. That might be the best available. Another 6'11" guy. 6'7", 6'10". We're just scrounging around now for players. 7-footer. Alfredo Bowens. He's the one. I feel it. Wouldn't mind getting 2 big men as well. San Antonio, Texas. Let's go back to the JUCOs. Let's do Kobe Castro. He's huge. That's a big man. Alright, targets now. So we can kind of go back to focusing a little bit. Let's look at all our targets. Did I not add more? Oh, only 2 stars. Here we go. Alright, we have 3 scholarship slots available. Alfredo Bowens, I'd like to request his game tape. I'd like to request everybody's game tape if I can. Scout recruit game. Request game tape, request game tape, request game tape. Does that give... I don't know if that gives me immediate stats, though. So, Alfredo Bowens only averaged 4 rebounds a game. He put up 2.4 turnovers. That's not ideal. We don't know anything about him. What are we thinking here? 3-star with no interest from anybody. I think this is the first guy you offer. Phone call him, email. Let's do emails for everybody. I think you have to look at probably all the 3-stars first. I would like to look at Bowens, though, so I'm going to phone call him. I'm not going to offer him, though, because we don't have any competition for him right now. I think Avery Timmerman we offered. Luther Myers will offer... JC is JUCO? Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, I'm at the end of the season. I literally lost every single person I've gone for, so I kind of just have to go for JUCO, I feel like. Demon Carlson, we'll phone call him, but not offer him because we're the only person for him. And then I think for Luther Myers, I'll go ahead and offer him a scholarship. And we'll see if we can pull in him and Timmerman. And then we'll phone call the rest. Because the rest we can get away with not offering just yet. Kind of see how this first period goes, I think. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to scout anybody, like, actively in their games. Otherwise, juniors. We have a lot of juniors on the board. Trying to go ahead and pull in a lot of these 3-star guys. I don't know if it's going to be possible, though. Forgotten a lot about this game and how to recruit. Your guess is as good as mine. I have not done well recruiting so far. If you have literally any suggestions, I will take them. I have gotten my butt whipped so far on the recruiting trail. Alright, that's good enough for this week. And I don't think we have any points to do anything else. I will take a quick break to eat, because I'm still starving. Alright, Avery Timmerman is dead to me. He signed somewhere else. Luther Myers signed somewhere else, and that's kind of what I expected to happen. That's why I gave them the first offers. So, it looks like Luther Myers is going to Grand Canyon. Avery Timmerman's going to DePaul. Oh, suddenly everybody's interested in Demon Carlton. Alright, so I think Kobe Castro becomes suddenly player number 1. Same with Alfredo Bowens. I can scout their games, but if you scout their game, you're kind of out on what you can do the rest of the time. So I don't think I can afford to scout anybody here. I mean, am I crazy in that? Should I look for someone other than Demon Carlson? I'd hate to waste points and not get any of these guys. And then I still want to recruit juniors, you know? Especially only having 3 scholarship spots anyway, it feels like a waste not to recruit juniors. But then if I don't scout, who knows if I'm getting anybody good, but does it matter? I mean, at this point, a body's a body, right? Let's sim another period. I don't know if I have the ability to get anybody here, to be quite honest. Demon Carlson signed with someone else. Man, this recruiting in this game is brutal. He's going to A&M. We're currently leading for Kobe Castro, and we are so close on Alfredo Bowens. Gotta do what we can to get him. I don't know if scouting helps you gain interest. It wouldn't shock me if that matters, but I don't know for a fact it does. So now we're definitely looking at getting someone else. I doubt there's any JUCO available. Yeah, we're not gonna get him. Maybe Shannon Kamen? That's kind of a fun name. Let's add him. Alright, Shannon Kamen. And you know what? I mean, I'll request his game tape, but we're just gonna go ahead and go hard on this guy. I don't need to scout them at all, unless that helps with interest. You know, that's really the only thing. I don't know. I wish there was a more automated way to do this too. The recruiting's pretty surface level. It's fun because you have to do multi-year recruiting, which is rare for a game. It's a little surface level though. I probably should be adding sophomore and freshman, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. Let's go one more week. I don't think there's anything, like, there's no point to stopping midweek, right? It's not like anything changes on what I can do. No. I don't know if we're going to get anybody. This is ridiculously hard. Okay, Castro should be coming here, and Shannon Cannon, I think we have to visit him at home, unless... Alfredo Bowens, do we visit him at home? We can do both him and Kamen. No, we can't. In fact, now I can only email. That took all my points. I might have just, trolled. In fact, I honestly think that I just did. Let's see, though. Shannon Kamen signs with somewhere else. Kobe Castro signed with us. We get our first recruit of the class. Thank you. We get somebody. And Shannon Kamen's going to FIU. I'm just spending points on him. Bowens, we are leading for. We can have him visit. But that would be all of our points for the week, and we would be settling for 2 players only. But can we sign anybody else? Let's see. We have some 2 stars available. If we go... We have some 3 stars with no offers. A 6'7" center? Okay, that's not bad. A Lithuanian? Paulus? I gotta add Paulus. You know I have to add Paulus. We'll have Lithuanian Heritage Knight. I think I roll the dice on Bowens and I just try to phone call him. Boy, this could be very, very risky. That would take 95 points. I think I also scout him. Just in case that helps out. I don't know if it will. That leaves emailing all these players. Here we go. It all comes down to this. Can we get both our players? I'm gonna webcam again. Let's go. Alfredo Bowens signs. We did not get... Did he not sign? Paulus or Budis? I guess he's staying in Lithuania. He does not sign, so you have to get full on somebody to get them. I guess that was a waste of time. But we did get Alfredo Bowens. We don't pull in the Paulus. So that's our class. 2 stars. 7-foot center and a 6'10" center that's 242 pounds. It's not terrible. Let's advance the next season. Alright, All-Americans. Looks like Kansas pulls in 2. Kentucky pulls in 2. Tennessee pulls in 2. Syracuse 2. A&M 2. Mr. Basketball. Creighton gets 3 Mr. Basketballs. Okay. Most 5 stars. We cap out at 2. Tennessee, A&M, Kansas, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, Syracuse. 4 4-stars for Clemson and UConn. And then 6 3-stars for Ryder. So watch out for Ryder here in the future. That'd be pretty big. Alright, now we gotta make our roster. Or our tournament, our schedule. I'm going to delete the Big Tree Tournament. I want to definitely add in the Shamrock Classic. We'll add in the Shamrock Classic. Who else do we have tournament-wise? Nobody. Okay. What other tournament do we want to join? The O'Reilly Auto Parts CBE? You play all these games or sim? I play some of them. I play probably half of the games. I simmed a lot last year, so I will be playing for Season 2 probably more games. Do we want to do the Great Alaska Shootout? We're probably not prestigious enough to join that. The Deodorant Classic. Who wants to be part of the Deodorant Classic? Let's see. We did Drake, Iowa Realty last year. Did not go well. Hawaiian Islands. Probably want to do one somewhere in the south, right? Carnesca Arena. Do we want to go to Hawaii? The Blackjack Shootout? The Thomas and Mack Center. Is that UNLV? The Palestra. We could go to the Palestra. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, let's do the Palestra. I don't even know who's going to play in that tournament. Never heard of that one. Okay. So, let's see what we're playing here. Grand Canyon. I don't want to play them. Princeton at home. Let me delete all the non-con games. I don't necessarily like these. We'll play... Yeah, let's just delete them all. Alright, let's see. What's the earliest game we can do? So we'll open our season on November 1st. Who do we want to play? Start with the bye game, maybe? We could take on the reigning champs in the Southeastern Conference, Arkansas. That'd be kind of fun. And then maybe 3 days later that week, we take on the defending champs. We did play St. Mary's last year, so it'd be kind of fun to see how we stack up against them this year. Then maybe 5 days later on the 9th, we want to play an easier game. Give us a chance to get some wins. Somebody from the Southern Conference, the SoCon? Stanford was pretty good last year. Do we think we could play them at home too? I mean, maybe. And we start our tournaments on the 21st, so we want to get most of these games wrapped up before then. That was on the 9th. So let's do the 12th maybe. Southland. Take on Southeast Louisiana maybe for a close game. And then on the 15th, let's take on somebody else away. We could go to... Sunbelt? South Alabama? Would they let us play? Swap home away. Oh, we're not prestigious enough to bring South Alabama to our court? Really? That's funny. We'll play on the 17th, so 2 days later, before our big tournament. Let's take on a Missouri Valley team now. Maybe Belmont? We'll go on the road for that. And then we have our tournament. Then we have a period between Jackson State and Alabama A&M. Can I even insert another game? I can. No, that's it. I think that's good. Let's do that. Amateur Basketball League is starting. Choose an option. I'm going to simulate the ABL. I don't think it's super relevant for us just yet. I'll be honest, I don't think I can bring in any of those players that I had that I was just flipping through the menus of. I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe like Barry Cruz. Got a lot of medium interest here. Nate Boone? From Atlanta, Georgia. We get one more player. 6'10" Clifford Geiger? Ben Riggs. And his attributes are decent. B+ on shooting, B skills, C+ on size. Could be interesting to have a player like that, though. Let's add him. Alright, and they go the college season. Alright, here we are. We have the season kickoff scrimmage. Before we do anything, we're going to do our scouting. I kind of want to go ahead and look to see who's not going to be available here. No way we get Josh Went. Let's remove him. Reed for 6th place for. 5th for Joseph. I don't see us getting any of these players. 6, 5. 3rd for Dietrich. Okay. Let's move him up. Thompson, 5th for. I mean, you know, there's a world in which we could for some of these guys. We have 6 scholarships available. So I don't want to say that we can't get any of these players, but I just don't see it being super likely. Let me look at JUCOs. I'm sure we could find a decent JUCO. 9th for Will Hunter, 6'5", small forward JUCO freshman. So anybody we're top 4 for? Daryl Russell, and we do need a guard. Montgomery, Alabama. We'll add him in. Anybody local? We're 4th for BJ Gosley out of Georgia. Let's add him as well. And that's back to 15. Now we can go to targeted. We have a lot of points, so I'm going to request game tape on these guys. And then email. Let's email everybody. I do want to continue trying to recruit the next generation, though. Can't shirk our duties there. Having that B Scout's going to be really handy. Okay, down to 199 points. Who is most important here? A- shot. That's pretty big. That's 6'2". Let's see. Athleticism, shots pretty good, skills pretty good. Kim Joseph could be the guy. 6'3" shooting guard. That's not bad. Size isn't bad. His worst attribute is his rebounding. Vincent Reed. Not as much skill at the small forward position, but he's a good defender, a decent athlete, and smarter with higher potential. Then we see J.C. Bradley down here has B+ potential. I mean, do we go off potential? Let's go a phone call for Bradley. Take 85 points because he's regional. That's the other thing. Reed, I think... I want to go for Reed. He's a B potential. It would take 55 points to scout him. We can do this little jazz right there. And then if we go JUCO... Athleticism for Daryl Russell's really high. BJ Gosley also has the shooting. So So I kind of want to look at the athleticism guy here. And we're definitely in this battle, so I'm just going to phone call him and phone call him. Got 124 points. We can do one more visit. Scouting would take 55 points. 109 now. We don't have any phone calls done, so I think what I'll do for this first week is I'll visit Joseph. And then phone call the rest. Okay. Nice. And now more things to do. This is a lot of stuff here. Roster. This is what our roster looks like. It's not great. It is not great. I don't know if there's a way to redshirt. How many players do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 16 players. Walk on Michael Stockman, who is redshirted currently. I think I released him from the team. So we brought in... I don't remember their names. Not him. Alfredo Bowens. We brought him in. I think we redshirt him. I think we also brought in Clyde Horner. No. Rob Padilla. No. One of these guys. Is it Padilla? No. Steven Walker? It was that big. I'm not seeing him though. Kobe Castro. It was this guy. He's our #1 player on our team. Whoa. Kobe Castro, 67 overall, 6'10", 242. And he's our first true big man on the team. That's incredible. Okay, so we have 15 players. We're currently redshirting. 1, 2, 3. That'd be 12 players. I want to go down to like 10 players, I think. So let's redshirt just Steven Walker. That's 4 of our bottom guys redshirted. And then we could redshirt one more. Don't have a lot of wings, unfortunately. I think we need... Milos Rodakis. We did end up with a Lithuanian, by the way. That's pretty awesome. We're going to redshirt him. We can play small behind Kobe Castro, but that's really great. Let's go to rotations. Situational lineups, zone lineups. Let's auto-generate. So that's what our starting 5 will look like. With 6-man McRae off the bench, we know he can light it up from distance. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, there's development. I didn't know there was training and stuff. I don't think I looked at this once all year. There's even bonus drills. I can do bonus drills with players and target their attributes. Did not know all that. I'm going to save real quick before I do anything else. Okay. We can look at the polls. It looks like St. Mary's comes in, the #1 projected team. They just got better, probably. Look at their makeup. It's going to be Mikey, Joshua Dent. Looks like they're still starting Faubert, McKeever, Moralskis at the 3. Who's listed as a small forward. That's definitely not right. Can I change their roster? Oh, it's his first name. Edit player. Position small forward. There we go. I mean, he was working out as a small forward, so maybe I shouldn't change that. We'll change Mikey to be a shooting guard. And then change Josh Dent to be number 3. Who's got number 3? Juzanis, he is number 6, I believe. There is no number 6. Who's number 6? Now I gotta find that out. Nobody. Okay. There we go. Dent's fixed now. That leaves then McKeever at center. That's correct. Campbell at shooting guard. That's fine. Shaw at small forward. Agreed. Uzanis at small forward. Agreed with that as well. Hawk at 6'5", shooting guard. Duckett at shooting guard. McLean at power forward. Faubert at power forward. And then their new recruits are Godwin Ellis, a really high-level Californian recruit, and Jamar Bauer. So that's pretty fun. Pretty solid team. Okay. Coach profile. I still think we want to... I think manual recruiting. I still want athleticism and shooting. I'll go assisted though. We're still running 4 out on offense. I'm gonna switch to a 2-3 zone this year. Full court press still after basket. Bench depth will go to 10, and then that's all good. Management, rotations. Save it again. All right, I think we're all ready. I'm going to skip our season scrimmage this year, though. Let's go to the preview show. Got one more bite here. I'll turn this on.
Hi everyone, I'm Greg Gumbel at the Anchor Desk with my partner Clark Kellogg, bringing you the 2K Sports Season Preview Show. Here are the top 5 teams in the nation as we head into the season. The St. Mary's Gales come in as the #1 ranked team, followed by North Carolina, Houston, Arkansas, and Kansas. Clark, what's your take of the teams that make up the top 5?
Those are some terrific teams, Greg, and the thing I find most fascinating about the top 5 is the number of contrasting styles we see here. These teams couldn't be more different, and I love when we have that kind of diversity at the top of the poll.
The St. Mary's Gales are projected as the favorites here in the early going. They bring back 4 starters, and that should pay huge dividends for them this year.
After their Final Four run last March, and with many key players coming back, their confidence has to be sky high. I expect big things from them this season.
North Carolina is in the #2 spot. One bit of good news for them, they have last season's leading...
Well, sorry about that. I did not mean to skip it. I accidentally clicked back. Alright, finalize the rosters. Yeah, I'm good with my roster. Okay, let's go back to recruiting. So, we can see a lot more potentials now. Bradley's got to be up there too, but just don't think I can win any of these players. I can do a visit. I think Daryl Russell would be pretty solid, but we don't know much about him is the problem. We'll visit him though. Read. And then Bradley if I can manage it, but I can't. Email everybody else. We're getting British rap right now, by the way. That's what's happening. I just heard a moo-moo. All right, and we have Arkansas in the first game of the year. Final day to set your roster. Would you like to stop simulation to make cuts or adjust red shirts? Negative. We'll be taking on Arkansas in our first game. We are up to a 70 overall, so we did improve. That's actually pretty nice. And I think to cap the stream off, I'll probably do a little bit of this Arkansas game. I'm sure it's going to be a fast one. We're probably going to sim. But let's hop into this one. See how the new team looks. How the new 2-3 zone looks. It's probably going to get eaten alive by Arkansas. We're probably going to have to swap to a 3-2. And then from there to man. But I don't think we can keep up with them in man. But we're in Bud Walton Arena. Did Darius Acuff return? Probably not, right? I think DJ Wagner was a senior. Darius Acuff did come back for his sophomore year, and DJ Wagner's still here. So we're going to get slaughtered. This game is going to be not even close. Oh, we lose our first... Lost our first tip ball or jump ball of the series. Alright, this 2-3. You got to have active hands in the passing lanes. Acuff right to the rim. Missing the shot, though. Now, in future streams, I won't be watching the championship game. That was a one-time thing, and that was so fun. That was honestly one of the most fun things I've done on channel in a long time. Makes me sad you can't do that in, like, CFB 26. Now, they have a big on their side as well. Got that stolen. To the rack. Alright, no problem. This is the newest recruit, Castro. Had to take a timeout there. Oy vey. I don't know what I'm doing. This is not going well. Okay, good D, though. Castro gets the board. I imagine we'll do a lot better on the glass this year. We definitely struggled rebounding. Castro, nice shot at the rim. I think we're going to have to focus him. I think he's going to be the guy we look to all season long. The newest player on the team, the JUCO junior. Wagner for 3. That's how you know this is a game and not real life. DJ Wagner can't shoot. Not a bad take. Okay.
And they're now down by 3. Number 5 brings it up court.
Acuff has 5 bars at all times. I probably should be running a box and 1 on him, to be quite honest, instead of this 2-3.
Wagner gets it left wing.
Open shot, Acuff drills it. And that's what I get for drifting off him for literally a second. We're going to throw this down the court, though. Anderson for 3. And he knocks it down right back. The answer.
He's got 3. Number 5 dishes it to the low block.
Okay. It's a foul on O'Neal. I probably should go down to 4 fouls. If you get 5 per 40 minutes, that means divide 40 by 5, that's 8, right? So what's 20 divided by 8? That is 2 and a half. 3? Is 3 fouls good enough? Yeah, it's 2.5, right? Because, duh. So, you know, we go down to... Oh, nice! Alley-oop. I think if we go down to 3 fouls, it would be too little. So I think if we just go down 4, it would already help out a lot. And drop the... Oh, wide open. You gotta make that, Castro. Okay, the 4 fouls to foul out, and then dropping the bonus amount of fouls by, like, a little bit would definitely give us a little better accurate gameplay experience, I think. Can I switch to a box and one?
Wagner. Number 1.
Nice rebound by Madlock.
They still have a 7-point
Down the court, range. Of course, probably one of our best shooters. We're going to get a quick post-up opportunity.
Number 21 has it.
Castro, and I do not like what I'm seeing here.
Top of the key.
Try to get it back out to him.
Covered by number 21.
Castro, no. It gets stolen.
It's scooped up by number 5. Picked them clean. Well, the game just slowed
Transition 3, and Wagner trains it.
things that others don't.
It's now a 10-point game.
Inbounds the ball.
Madlock, contested pull-up and can't get it to go.
Grabs the rock.
I don't think this is looking good for us.
Spot the other team any more points, Fern. They're in danger of letting this game be over before the second half.
I'm not sure how the box and one works in this game either.
Wagner. One-on-one. Number 5 kicks it
Good
out.
defense though so far.
Beats it to the right wing. Only a few seconds left in the shot clock. Last trade,
Another rebound for Madlock. We're pushing it down the court.
but it's not really
Range, not going to be open.
With a hand in his face.
Oh, did not want to shoot that. I did not want to shoot that. Okay, we get lucky.
number 1. Number 1 grab the rebound and whips it ahead.
Oh, open pull-up mid-range. Can't
Can't get the
convert though.
Still a double-digit game. Passes to the outside.
They're big, and he can stretch the floor. Okay. I think this is going to be a game we quickly sim out of here. Does not look winnable.
Downs the ball.
They're going to try to disrupt the flow of the offense with this.
Oh my gosh.
The Razorback.
I don't know how to throw a high arcing pass.
Mott has it. Middle. Laid in by number 5. They're in front, 22-7. Passes to the free throw line. Backs him down.
Okay, he's got the angle here.
Makes the shot.
Gets blocked though. Castro not looking good against their big, and Arkansas definitely running away with this thing now.
Gets it. Right wing. Richmond bounces it to the free throw line. Number 5 puts it up. Mott keeps it alive on the offensive end. Finished nicely down low on the
I'd like to score one more than Sim, but I don't even think I'm going to be able to score one more. This is pretty rough.
leaves no room for error and no room for anybody to do anything.
Madlock to the rim, and that's where we'll simulate. Brutal game. It would have only gotten worse. Arkansas is the real deal. If we look at the final score, 36-59. We ended up shooting 35%, 36 from 3. And box score, yeah, DJ Wagner had a great game. Anderson has 16 points on pretty good shooting. And then our new star, Castro, doesn't really do a whole lot. Let's get to the next week. Have we taken a lead for Reed? No. I can't get in any of these battles. And now Dietrich has grown. Boy, they. Alright, Bradley's somebody we really could use. Where are we at with him? Down at 6th place. I think we gotta offer Reed a scholarship. Invite him to campus. Phone call. We gotta send the house, basically. JUCO. We're in on Daryl Russell. I think we gotta offer him a scholarship as well. Invite him to campus. Send him the full stuff. Let's email everybody. Think we can do anything with these guys. Nope. Okay, so Russell we're currently number 1 for. I think we can pull him in, and I think he's going to be a really good player. Wow, look at these ratings. That's not bad. Reed as well. I think we have to at least try to. Joseph, we're going to offer him a scholarship. Phone call him, email him. That leaves 3 scholarship offers available. Who is close to committing? I think Quaymont Thompson maybe we could get. JC Bradley. It's kind of still in the cards. Gosley? Is there any chance? I don't think so. And at this point, we can only phone call anyway, right? So let's phone call everybody. We have 3 scholarship offers available. Four have been offered. Dietrich will not be very good. I think Gosley is who I really want to try to focus on. I just don't see it happening, but we'll offer him. That leaves 1. We don't have to offer it right now. Phone calls for the junior players, which, you know, I mean, not really in the battle for these guys, unfortunately. I think we're going to have to back out of those. But we play number 1 St. Mary's to start their season off, and that might be even harder than Arkansas. We'll do that next time, though. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. This was a fun one. We talked about the analytics and what they mean to basketball, and we watched a championship game that was insane. One of the craziest games on channel history. And I mean, we got a better player than I thought we would, but recruiting so far has been a bust. So I will see you all next time. Peace.